What's up, y'all? I am back. I am feeling better. Thank you all for checking on me after the hospital scandal. And yeah, I'm okay. I learned my lesson though. But today is letter O for onions. We're making some blooming onions for the first time, so I'm excited. Let's try. Letter O is for blooming onions. If y'all have ever had blooming onion, this is a perfect recipe for you. They usually serve them as an appetizer, but you can make it at home. So let's get into the sauce. So I use 2 tablespoons of sour cream, a tablespoon of ketchup. I sprinkled in some ground cumin, paprika, and some Tony seasoning. Now you're supposed to add horseradish as well, but I don't eat horseradish, so I just left the sauce as is. And then for the dry batter, you're going to do a cup of all-purpose, half a cup of cornstarch, add some paprika and oregano. No measurements on those, but I would say like maybe a half a teaspoon. And then add some Tony's as well in that. You can add in any type of Tony seasoning. Just make sure it's Tony's because it'll make it really, really good. And then mix that all together with a whisk until it's fully mixed in. And then for your wet batter, you want to go in with 1 cup of milk. I only have buttermilk, so that's what I use. But you can use whole milk, 1 egg, and like a teaspoon of hot sauce. And then your dry mixture, you're going to get 1/3 of a cup of that, of your flour mixture, and add it into your wet mixture and then mix it up. Just like that, you want to incorporate it, mix it up really, really good until it comes out really like a pancake type consistency. You don't want to overwork it, but it should look just like that, and set those to the side. Now, if you can find the huge onions, my daughter wanted to help me, but she couldn't on that part because I told her the knife was too sharp. If you can find the huge onions in the grocery store, that would be perfect. But the biggest that I found were the Vandalon onions. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're really big, but because they weren't like the huge giant ones, I just went in with 2. So however you want to do, just do. Now, to cut them, you want to remove the bottom portion of your onion and peel it. Once you peel it, you want to cut it into 4. Now, a lot of people don't show this part for whatever reason, but you want to cut it into 4, but don't go all the way down. Once you cut it into 4 quarters, just like that, you want to split those quarters into half, just like that. And that's how you're going to start peeling it from the top. This is how you cut your blooming onion to make it the blooming onion effect. Once you get it cut to the part that you like, just like that, you just want to peel it off from the top, and then you can remove any excess in the middle. Try to peel it apart as much as you can. For the first onion, I kind of did go down too far, and y'all, that's my daughter playing in the background. But peel it apart as much as you can and separate the onion slices. This is going to help when you're deep frying it, so that way the batter can get into each individual slice. And then you'll repeat the same thing with any other onions that you make. Again, you want to split it into 4 quarters, like big quarters, just like that. And then you want to split those quarters into halves, but do not go all the way down. Just start at the tip, take your knife and go down, and then split that into half like I was doing in the video. And then just begin to peel. Slowly peel them. Be patient with it. Start at the tip and peel it apart. Each onion piece that you can. Again, be super gentle and super patient because you want it to be beautiful and blooming. So you have to peel it apart, and it should come out looking something like that. Now, to get started, go ahead, and if you're deep frying it like I did, put it on 350 degrees. And then you want to put it in your dry batter and then in your wet batter, and then back into your dry batter. But make sure when you put it into your wet batter, it's fully coated. Each speck of your onion is fully drenched in the wet batter, also the dry batter, so that way it could cook evenly and perfectly. And I just placed it into my deep fryer basket, so that way it can go ahead and shed any excess flour. And then I dropped it once the heat got to 350 degrees. And that was literally it. And then I repeated those steps. It only took about 5 to 6 minutes to fully cook. And however brown you want it, you can make it. Once they cooled off, I drained off the oil and placed it in the sauce in the middle of the onion and just made it pretty. And that was it. For my 2 onions, I just stacked them on top of each other. And y'all, that's how it came out. This is a blooming onion recipe. So if you like it at Longhorn, Outback, or wherever, just try to make it at home. It's super quick and easy to do. And yeah, letter O was for onion. Let me know what y'all want for letter P. Bye, y'all.